Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks so much for joining us for WNY News Now. It's finally Friday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Jamestown murder trial has been scheduled for later this year. We'll give you the details coming up.
Plus, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's tracking a few thunderstorms. We'll get a check of that. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Friday, everybody. We made it to the end of the work week, and yeah, we've got some thunderstorms that's going to be rolling in here through this afternoon. Here's a live look at the Warren Sky Vision camera downtown. This is pretty much facing the Hickory Street Bridge. You can see the clouds back here, and again, we're going to be watching these cameras throughout the day as we get some thunderstorms to roll in here. Right now, it's clear across western New York. That's the good news, but it's this all mass of rain back here to our west. This is going to be moving through here this afternoon, and we'll time it out a little bit later on. Now, the good news here is the SPC has trimmed back that marginal risk. They've moved it farther south, but now there's a standard slight risk down here to our south, but we're still expecting possibly an isolated thunderstorm or two that could have some strong wind gusts. So the forecast through the afternoon, clouds thicken through the afternoon hours, showers and storms arrive as that front system moves in, and we're talking about some gusty winds here as well, with that southwest wind averaging around around 25 miles per hour, gusting around 40, high temperatures above average nearing 70 in some spots. We'll time out the rain chances plus another shot of thunderstorms over the second half of the weekend with that Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day in just a couple of minutes. Justin and Matt.
All right, looking forward to it. Dakota, thanks. Our top story, a Jamestown man charged in connection with the 2014 death of Nayla Hodnett will stand trial in Chautauqua County Court starting September 17th. That's according to a court clerk. 35-year-old Jamestown man Tyler Cash Perez was arrested last month on a warrant of second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. A motion is scheduled for May 20th at 9:30 a.m. and other pretrial hearings are also scheduled for 9:30 a.m. on July 2nd. Now, bail was set at $500,000 cash or $1 million property by Judge Stephen Cass. Cass, however, did say that a judge from Buffalo will be presiding on this case. Complete coverage can be found at our website, WNYNewsNow.com, and our mobile app.
UPMC Chautauqua, WCA Services, and the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Department recently announced that the Chautauqua Region's medical helicopter service will transition from Starflight Inc. to Stat Medevac. The new service will be co-branded with Stat Medevac and Starflight. The Starflight Inc. Board of Directors recently voted unanimously to transition the service later this year. Stat Medevac operates 17 helicopter base sites in Pennsylvania and surrounding states. But Starflight has operated in Chautauqua County for the last 33 years and flew 448 flights in 2018. The Starflight Board will continue to serve in an advisory capacity.
And the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office is looking into the death of a 28-year-old male inmate. No foul play is reportedly suspected in this case, and the New York State Department of Corrections have been notified. In addition, the inmate's next of kin has been in touch with. Investigators say the investigation remains ongoing. We'll, of course, continue to follow this story and bring updates to you here on air and online.
Chautauqua Opportunities, Inc. has been awarded a federal grant of $125,000 for fighting housing discrimination through the compliance with the Fair Housing Act. The grant was announced by Senator Chuck Schumer and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand as part of an $800,000 grant for 4 agencies here in upstate New York. The funding will be used to assist people who believe they have been victims of housing discrimination, identify unfair housing practices, and promote fair housing laws and equal housing opportunities. Now, more information can be found currently on our website at WNYNewsNow.com.
Well, happy Friday to everybody. Hopefully you are enjoying your day and looking forward to some warmer temperatures. It's pretty nice out there right now. I actually had a chance to step out, although it looks like maybe some rain will be coming our way in just a bit, so we'll have much more on that. I want to pull up the Facebook Live here so I can say hello to all of you. Hello to Josh. Thanks so much for being here. Hello to Gary. Hopefully you are doing well. Wendy, great to see you. Lori, Mark, good afternoon. Hopefully you are enjoying your day, sir. It looks like Amber is here. Hello. Linda, hello. David, always great to see you, sir. Renee, Elijah, let's see, and Thomas is here. Hello to all of you. Hopefully you are doing well and enjoying your day. Drop us your name. Give us a hello in the comments if you want to interact with us here. It's great to have you back in the anchor desk, Matt. I know yesterday you spent a good chunk of your morning in Mayville covering a number of cases. With the biggest that we reported on was the Jonathan Young update, the alleged arsonist here in Jamestown. So if you, again, are looking for a great place to get all of this news and information, minus outside of this half-an-hour broadcast, you got to download that WNY News Now app, because let me tell you, it pretty much has everything you need to know. More things to tell you about coming up. UPMC Chautauqua, that's former WCA, will be hosting a transplant town hall next week. We'll tell you what that is in just a bit.
But first, Bishop Malone, he's defending himself as calls for his resignation increase even more. Dakota.
And the high yesterday was 53 degrees. That's a little bit below average, but we have an above average day today, and it will continue throughout the weekend. We'll talk about it next. News Now at Noon continues in a minute.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
When I'm streaming and I'm talking to my community, we have that literally split-second interaction. If somebody says hello, I say hello right back immediately, and it kind of creates that connection. Because like my subscribers and my followers, we pretty much go by Re-Ups Army. All the hate and everything that goes around, that's kind of like our mission statement. Is just be positive and enjoy each other's time. It's more or less just trying to use the internet in a positive way. Like we all from around the world get to connect on the same level, which is, we all love video games. Mixer.com/Re-Up. I'm live every single day, 8 p.m.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
The president of St. Bonaventure University is calling out for the resignation of Buffalo Diocese Bishop Richard Malone. While Malone, late yesterday, issued a statement defending his reaction to the sexual abuse scandal. Malone accused the media of misrepresenting facts about the Catholic Church's response to the scandal and defended his actions in addressing it. However, Dennis DePero, president of St. Bonaventure, said sometimes the most courageous thing a man could do is to step aside and recognize that his voice is no longer being heard and that he's standing in the way of creating true resolution. That was a quote from the St. Bonaventure University president. Now, in Malone's statement, he said, quote, "Of course I am acutely aware of the times when I personally have fallen short," end quote.
Happening here in Jamestown, UPMC Chautauqua will host a transplant town hall next week to talk more about the medical group's kidney transplant services and how Jamestown's medical center is now connected to new services in the region. The Transplant Town Hall hopes to educate community members about not only the process of organ donation, but the need that event sponsors say is evident here in the community. UPMC Hammett Transplant Administrator Amy Harrigy says that kidney donations are generally made in 2 ways.
There would be somebody who would, for one reason or another, be determined to either be brain dead or, death after cardiac arrest, who is willing to donate their organ. In that case, there is a match run that occurs, and when a person comes up as a transplant recipient who matches to that organ, that is one pathway that you can receive an organ. Another pathway, and quite honestly, what we prefer as a pathway, is a living donor. A lot of times, those are people who are either relatives or a friend, or just somebody who hears about somebody who is in need of a kidney.
Now, attendees will meet the team of transplant experts and hear from a patient panel who shares their personal experiences with living donations. The Transplant Town Hall will take place next Thursday, April 18th at 6 p.m. at UPMC Chautauqua's auditorium.
An arbitration ruling that the Seneca Nation must continue to pay funds to the state has not produced any payments since the January ruling, but arbiters have not decided when or how much the nation must pay. Our news partners at WIVB in Buffalo reports that cities that use revenue from the Seneca Niagara casinos are still waiting for the money. In January, an arbitration panel ruled 2-1 that the Seneca Nation should not have cut off their casino payments to the state. After the Senecas extended their compact with the state to run the casinos, they also stopped making payments. Now, besides Niagara Falls, Buffalo and Salamanca are also waiting for this funding. There is no clear timeline of when the arbitrator's final ruling will happen, and then those cities must still wait to receive those payments.
And human beings can spend about a year in space without any major consequences to their health. That's according to a NASA study involving these two twin astronauts, Scott and Mark Kelly. Scott was tested while spending about a year in space during 2015 and 2017, while his identical twin was a reference point back here at home. NASA says Scott Kelly's blood saw changes to his weight and genes while in space, but the majority of those changes revised once he returned to Earth. And researchers concluded human health can be, quote, mostly sustained for about a year while up in space. The study was published in the journal Science on Thursday, and the results will be used in future long-term space missions. Matt, I have a couple of people that I want to send to space, let me tell you. But it's really cool to see that they're able to do that, and what better way than to study the exact effects on one person. Everybody's different, but using identical twins. I never thought about it that way.
Bye, Justin.
Yeah, I know.
You're
Some
going.
people, I don't want to say this because I don't want to bring this up because you might get mad at me, but some people think we're identical twins. You've heard that before, right?
I've heard that,
yeah.
but
They always get us mixed up. We'll be out covering news, and all of a sudden the person will be like, "Thanks for coming by today, Matthew," and I'm like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Have you ever been called Justin before or no?
Not really. I've heard people say that we...
There's one newsmaker who always, and I know him well, and he always calls me Matt. I guess I don't know him that well.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'll ask you during break, but I think I do.
I don't want to throw any names out there, but it's kind of cute. People are busy. And I guess I look like Matt. You're probably thinking the same way about me, I would imagine.
I wonder how Dakota's doing getting ready.
That's a good question. I think I didn't piss you off, did I?
No.
Can we shake?
I'm
We're
kidding.
still good. We're still good.
We're all messing around here.
All right. Well, let's check in with the comments. Dave wants to go into space. Totally agree. I think that would be really cool.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you because I don't know. We are totally. Matt's way more handsome than I. So hello. Let's see here. It looks like I've seen. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of really cool. It is an awkward silence, isn't it? So Wendy agrees that we look a lot alike. We do. Matt and I were friends in high school. They say that there's that herd mentality out there.
What?
So that herd mentality,
Now we're creating stuff.
There's a thing called, and the producer's telling me I can't tell this story right now, but it's called herd mentality, and that's why different groups of people join together. So like the Italians, the Swedes, whatever, and it's all like Jamestown history. Is
Yeah.
So Matt and I look the same, so we'll be in the Matt Hummel, Justin Gould herd. If you look like us, come down here, 21 East 3rd Street, and you can join the herd. Coming up next,
Okay.
another herd member,
Buffalo.
Chief
You got
Forecaster
Buffalo.
Dakota Hunter. He has details on our Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day forecast.
And later, a group in Gary is trying to help veterans. Details coming up as News Now continues.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, you know, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Yeah, I have no comment about that last part. Nothing there. Again, the high yesterday was 53 degrees. We bottomed out at 48 degrees this morning, so it wasn't all that bad. Now let's talk about this thunderstorm potential. This is really the big thing that we're keeping an eye on. So the main timing window for thunderstorm activity this afternoon is going to be 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's the main timing window, keep in mind, so showers and storms can still lapse after 4 p.m. Some heavy rain possible with that, some brief gusty winds possibly near 60 miles an hour, and the overall severe weather threat is limited. That's the big news in this whole thing. And the peak wind gust today so far, Dunkirk has had the peak wind gust so far at 50, and Jamestown at the airport's at 24 miles per hour so far today. So here's the news now, Kim. You can see the clouds are really socked in downtown, but the clouds have broken apart a little bit north of the city because it's 64 degrees right now at the Jamestown airport. There's that south wind of 14. The wind gust is at 21. And the dew point number, this isn't anything magical, but again, you know, this is something we're keeping an eye on. The higher the dew point rises, the more unstable the atmosphere is. It currently sits at 48 degrees as of the noon hour observation. So let's show you what's going on here. Now, again, the marginal risk that was defined for Warren, PA yesterday has been shifted to the south on the current update. So we're not under an organized severe weather risk. But again, I told you this yesterday, it doesn't matter if you're in an organized risk or not. You can still get severe thunderstorms if you're not in that risk. Now, tomorrow, this is likely going to be a tornado outbreak across the southeast. Just want to mention that in case you have interest for the Gulf Coast or you have friends or family down here. There's a moderate risk, which is this red core center right here. So this likely will be a tornado outbreak for them tomorrow. But as we go back here, there is a marginal risk again clipping Warren, PA on Sunday. And again, this does not extend into Western New York, but this is something we're going to keep an eye on for Sunday. They may extend that. So we'll show you what's happening. There it is. There is the massive rain and storms that are currently over Ohio. They're going to be pushing our way, and you can see all those polygons popping up. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings, and I think there was even 1 or 2 tornado warnings issued, and they're going to get here through the afternoon. We'll show you a future scan. This is one of the super high-res computer models we have, and it really does a good job with this. So we'll show you what's going on here. Clear for the early afternoon. There's the rain associated with that frontal system. This is by about 1 o'clock. This is by about 3 o'clock. And you can see right here, this is where the best activity is going to be down to the south in PA. And then watch as we go throughout the next couple hours. This is by about 5 o'clock. Again, notice this bow-shaped echo in this line here. Could be some damaging straight line winds within that if they can become severe enough. And then they'll ultimately head their way out to the east. And then tonight, all the rain will taper off and lead to a partly cloudy night. Now, here's something that we really don't show on the air. These are the CAPE values. There's the cap and the CAPE. Don't get them mixed up. The Cape has an E on the end. And this basically measures atmospheric instability, and the better atmospheric instability values are down here in PA. So again, that's a peg the geek meter thing, but again, we're going to keep our eyes on that as we go throughout the afternoon. So 43 to 48 tonight, early thunderstorms taper off, otherwise partly cloudy and not as windy. Here comes your future, powered by Brother Earth Property Maintenance, and we stay into the 60s on Saturday. That's your pick day if you have anything you need to do. Sunday, again, we're watching that. Could be another strong thunderstorm chance there. Monday, the official high will be near 49 in the morning. We fall through the 40s in the afternoon, and we make it back into the 60s by late next week. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, community partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice, sports fans, it is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. The road to the Robertson Cup for the Jamestown Rebels hockey team will start tonight at Northwest Arena. Later tonight at 7:05, the Jamestown Rebels will host the first of two games in a best-of-5 series against the New Jersey Titans. The Rebels finished the regular season in second place in the East Division, with the Johnstown Tomahawks clinching the top spot. Jamestown also has a Saturday game, which will be at 7:05 as well for a puck drop. Both games will also have a $1,000 cash giveaway if both games hit 1,200 people in attendance. Staying with local sports, on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, the Jamestown Jackals will close the regular season as they will host the Raleigh Firebirds. Although the Jackals can finish the regular season with a winning record, they are eliminated from playoff contention, the first time in the team's history they have failed to make the playoffs. Raleigh, meanwhile, still has a chance to get in the playoffs as they are in a two-way tie in fourth place with the Albany Patroons. The game will also be the final regular season game for the Jackals. Starting tonight with a 7:05 p.m. first pitch, the New York Yankees will host a 3-game home series against the Chicago White Sox. Despite a 5-7 start, it is good for second place in the AL East, 4.5 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays. Meanwhile, Chicago is in fourth in the AL Central with a 3-8 record, second to last in the division. Lucas Giolito will get the starting nod at pitcher for Chicago. The Yankees starting pitcher has yet to be determined. All those games will be televised on the Yes Network and can be viewed on the MLB At Bat app. That's it for sports today, and have a good weekend, sports fans. Justin and Matt, back to you.
All right, you too, Norm. Thank you. A nationally recognized equine-assisted therapy program designed to aid in prevention of suicide and work with veterans that experience post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, will be featured on Lifetime's Military Makeover, hosted by Montel Williams this May. The show, as originally reported by WNY News Now, will feature the story of Asheville resident Cody Willett and his family. Willett, a weapons supply technician for Special Operations Team in the United States Air Force, was injured 4 months ago into his second deployment when his base was attacked. Willett now works with the county's PFC Joseph P. Dwyer peer-to-peer program run by Cindy Reedy. Now, recently, the Dwyer program teamed up with NAY. They're the National Educational Institute of Growth Through Horses to help vets with PTSD. Don Samuelson, the National Education Institute's founder, says that the program is designed to aid in prevention of suicide and work with veterans that experience PTSD, anxiety, depression, and anger issues.
First responders and veterans are areas that we need to really focus on helping them. And if I can be out there and our personnel can be out there and help guide them through that, that's a huge blessing for us. We want to be able to put as many veterans through the program as possible. And the Dwyer Group has been able to help us with getting funding to be able to put 5 or 6 veterans through the program for 8 weeks. So that's a start.
Now, Samuelson said she hopes to be able to have as many vets go through this program at no cost to them. Those workshops allow people and horses to interact with each other in non-threatening, non-judgmental atmospheres. The program also includes a component known as Beyond the Reins, which focuses on experience for at-risk youth, battered women, and communication workshops for corporations, as well as horse and handler, part of NAY University, which offers certifications and apprenticeships and partner and training as well. The show is slated to be produced in May here in Asheville, with an air date to be announced later by Lifetime and the other national syndicates. Of course, we'll be able to have, we already have it scheduled with their producers. We will be following the production of that program, and it should be a really, really, really great spotlight on an amazing group here in Chautauqua County. We in our newsroom have had veterans, our very own AD Simcoe, who's very vocal about working with the Dwyer program, and we have a couple new faces as well joining the team, and they really changed some lives. So great work, Cindy. Great work to the equestrian stables there in Gary, and the folks at NAY, Dawn. So you can see a full web story detailing everything that we know thus far, coming out later this afternoon on WNY News Now.
I like it.
Yeah, it really was a pleasure to ride along with them. We shot that Monday and produced it this week, and the horses are angels, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's just so incredible what they're doing to be able to help these men and women and their families. And also, too, one thing I was talking with Dawn about, they do corporate trainings as well. And obviously, they charge for that. They don't charge for the veterans. But I think I'm going to go upstairs and talk to corporate and see maybe if we could do something like that. Because, no, I'm serious. It's so, to be able to interact with the horses on an individual level is just incredible. It really is. So, and it seems like a lot of people are chiming in about it. Wendy, absolutely agree. They do an excellent job. And you're right, Seth. Give them a follow on their Facebook group, the Joseph Dwyer group, and on WNY News Now coming up later this month, our very first Veterans Corner segment. What we will have, and you will be able to learn a lot more about the Joseph Dwyer Group, and it'll be a great resource for veterans too. So we have a lot coming down the pipe. So absolutely, certainly stay tuned for that. Also coming down the pipe to Dakota is some thunderstorms. Maybe this afternoon.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of thunder bumpers to go through this afternoon. So let's take a look at the main graphic system on Links Numero Uno. That's not right. There we go. And that's not a dig at our production team. Tonight is the Jamestown Rebels' first playoff game, so if you're going to that, 61 degrees at the time the puck drops, but there will be some showers around. Now, today the overall severe weather threat is limited. It remains to our south, but again, Sunday we may be going through this again. Another chance for gusty thunderstorms, and we go back into the 60s late next week as well. Rainy pattern next week too.
Yeah, absolutely loving the springtime weather, and as you said, you'll be in the weather office covering these storms.
The weather people never sleep. We'll be here all day.
Never do. Awesome. Well, thanks, Dakota.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please stay in touch. WNYNewsNow.com. Download our brand new mobile app that Matt Hummel was looking at right now.
I was on the other app. Hold on.
You were on the tweeter.
Well, now we're on the
Here's
on the
the
tweeter.
mobile app. Download the mobile app because it's certainly one place to get all of this news and information. Thanks for being here with us for another week. We'll see you right back here Monday.
Have a great weekend.